Hey, it's your frontline soldier, AR the Prophet, and I'm rocking with Stolen, and this is Stolen Conversations. Tap in.
You gotta show your whole soul. This little light of mine, I'ma let it shine. This little light of mine, it'll shine and blind.
My guy.
What it do, baby?
What's happening, man? What are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Hey, that's what's up, man. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, man. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, working hard, as usual.
I see, man. Locked in.
Locked in, baby.
Album mode, eh?
Always.
Hey, seeing
Always.
that. That's what's up.
Thank you.
Definitely excited to hear that. I definitely wanted to talk about your body of work and a few other things. But let's start, what was like your childhood growing up? Like, where are you from? That sort of thing.
I'm from Des Moines, Iowa, Midwest well, Orca well. And yeah, that's where I grew up, Des Moines, Iowa. I moved around, lived in Cleveland, Ohio. I went from 8th grade to high school to 12th grade. I was in Cleveland, Ohio. So I like to say Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of taught me my manhood. Then we went back to Iowa. From there, I moved down to the South, ATL, Georgia. I was there 10 years. Now I'm out here. Moving around, never comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was Atlanta like?
Busy.
As far as the music scene and what were you doing at the time? How old were you when you moved to Atlanta?
I was 17 when I moved to Atlanta. Yeah. I was 17. I was fresh. I ain't even have a plan. I just wanted to get away from my hometown, do something different, see something different. And my father and my brothers lived out in Atlanta, so I went out there to be with them. And rest in peace to my father, man. We lost him the third day I moved out there to Georgia, so kind of like had to find my own way. 17, the older brother out of both of my siblings, so I just looked into college because I didn't want to go back home, so I had to do something. Feel me? At the time, we was living in East Georgia, Covington area, Conyers, Covington. So, yeah, man, I just rose from out of that situation, and went to college, the Art Institute of Atlanta, man. Studied 2 years there, video production and audio production. Yeah.
Word,
some of the greatest times of my life, man.
A well-rounded education on the arts and
absolutely
doing the music and everything. That's what's up. So out of your recent projects, you've dropped a few in the past. Downpour, the Cannabis Over Prescriptions 2, A Whale and Gator Water, From My Soul 2, and then also the podcast,
right.
Soldier Strong Way.
Yeah. And
you're doing season 2 right now, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
What's up?
On the fourth episode of season 2 right now.
How did that come about? What was the intention? I know on the personal side of things, you are a sickle cell advocate.
Word, most definitely.
So, what inspired to start the podcast?
Well, 2021, during the pandemic, man, I realized that everything was going on in the world virus-wise, and I felt like rushing to the hospital wasn't no place for me, so I had to heal up myself. So I took myself from patient to doctor 2021. February, it all started, man. I was taking 180 milligrams of narcotics, and I weaned myself off of that, man, through psychedelic therapy and cannabis. Yeah, man, it's different. So that's what inspired that. And my whole journey from that year all the way to now is what inspired the podcast. I wanted to show healthy alternatives that you can live well with sickle cell and not always be under the grips of Western medicine.
That's great, man. That's what's up. And definitely feel the passion.
Thank you, man.
See it in you. And
I love sickle cell first and foremost in my life. It means more to me than anything.
What was that like growing up, with sickle cell? How was that? What were your experiences, to get here? Looking at you from the outside, you might not be able to tell,
Word.
You look good.
Thank you.
So.
It was a rough upbringing. I always like to say it was delayed. Everything was delayed. Like, it was slow for me. I was always sick coming up as a child. All I really knew was the hospital, so I felt like my whole life was 5-10 steps back from everybody else. So I was always playing catch up. So I always like to say, man, it was slow, it was delayed, but everything worked out how it's supposed to. I always kept confidence in myself. I knew that I was talented. Even when I was sick, I knew I had some real gifts that I could really use and stir up the world if I was able to get control of my sickness. And that's one of the most things I ever wanted in my life, is to be healthy, because my whole life from pediatric, being a child, all I knew was sickness and running to the hospital. So, yeah, man.
What's one of the biggest things, if you could name one, that you've had to overcome to get to where you are?
One of the
Maybe, you know,
sickness.
yeah,
My sickness, right?
But what aspect of that? Like, if you, for the people,
The medicine.
somebody
The medicine.
was like, how did he?
The treatment for sickle cell, which is blood transfusion, dumping somebody else's donor blood on top of your bad blood. Just the lack of education. The medication, man, that was the main thing. That was the biggest escape for me. That's my biggest story. That's my biggest testimony. I'm triumphing over 180 milligrams and just, you know, being a guinea pig for the system. Just taking everything that they said was going to help me with my illness, and when it was just hurting me, doing the opposite. So my biggest testimony, man, is overcoming my sickness, man. I haven't been sick for about 3 years, no hospitals, no blood transfusions.
Wow.
I used to get blood twice a month, all the time, man. So it's like now, I used to do blood drives and everything for the sickle cell community, but I even stopped that because I realized that the blood that we get for sickle cell is not from our own people. And a lot of stuff that we have in our body is unpurified, like antibodies and stuff that we built up. A lot of stuff that people don't know about. But I don't even do blood drives no more, because I try to teach people how to heal their blood naturally, how to cleanse their blood through natural alternatives, herbs, juices, medicine. Let the food be a medicine,
True.
man, literally. So I don't even do
Cut
blood
out the
drives no more.
middleman.
I'm trying to come all the way off, man.
Yeah.
So for a whole year, I worked with One Blood. Shout out to One Blood, man, everything that they do.
That's good.
But man, I understand that it's a bigger mission. You gotta heal yourself first, man, and it don't come from no blood. It don't come from no treatment from the hospital. It comes from understanding, having self-discipline, and studying the sickle cell, the sickness that's inside your body. So, hey man, anybody could do it. If I could do it, you could do it. That's my whole motivation behind the podcast, the healthy alternatives, everything that I use. I try to tell the people about it.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm an open book, man. I wanna heal up the community, man.
that's what's up, man. Be the change you want to see.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Inspiring.
Yep, respect.
You also cater.
Yes, sir. Your best
So
taste.
obviously, with the herbs and the natural medicines, you're like, let me just cook for the people.
Yeah, I cook for the people. But I gotta take a step back with that. I was cooking all my life. I was a kid, man. My pops had me peeling potatoes, chopping up onions, all the little stuff in the kitchen. I was the little sous chef, you know what I'm saying? I was the prep chef. But when I went to the Art Institute of Atlanta, the dudes that I was dormant with in college, I was studying videography. These boys have full ride scholarships for culinary arts. So my jobs was working in the kitchen with them. We ran a whole restaurant called the Museum Bar. It's an Ethiopian restaurant. I'm sorry, it's called the Moya. The Moya. That's where we started at, Ethiopian restaurant in Atlanta. And that's where I started learning my knife skills, you know what I'm saying? Julienne, dicing, mincing, getting all my proper terminology right for culinary arts. And them the ones that sharpen my irons, man. Shout out to Chef Scott, my dog, Chef Kaheem Benjamin. Big love, man. They the real top chefs, Michelin star chefs. Hey, they taught me a little bit what I know. And my pops, man. King T is big love, baby. You know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so your best taste
All
catering.
versatile.
I just incorporated my own. With everything I do, man, I'm artful. Like, everything I do is artful. And when I understood that the food was my medicine and I had to start learning new techniques on how to eat food and, you know, cook different foods, I wanted to incorporate that and share that with the world, because my dishes is flavorful. So your best taste catering, we cater flavors, man. Tap in with us.
Hey, that's what's up.
For sure.
Do that. So the music, what project? You've given us a lot in the past. Obviously, I see you're in the studio now working on High Power.
Yes, sir.
That's what
High
it's
power.
called?
High power.
Okay. Hey.
High power.
That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
where's the music going, man?
Man, it's vibrations. It's going. it's progressive. Every time I get on a song, I always challenge my penmanship. You know what I'm saying? My writing expertise, man. That's what I love to write, man. I'm an author first and foremost. So, hey, man, I always try to challenge myself when it comes to writing different songs. This high power song this high power album. It's a summer vibe, you know what I'm saying? It's Caribbean. It got that Caribbean vibe. It's just that vibe, that salsa, that good music. You know what I'm saying? The people gonna be able that summertime vibe. You know what I'm talking about? It's amazing music, man. So,
all right.
Yeah, and I'm incorporating everything that I do on my lifestyle into the music, and it's a vibe. I can't tell you nothing less. It's a vibe. High power, baby.
Excited to see that.
Yes, sir.
What would you tell your 17, 18-year-old self at the time? One piece of advice from everything you've gone through from then to now.
Hey, stay strong and educate yourself. You have to educate yourself and stay strong. You feel me? Like, that's what this whole life is about, man. Education. I'm learning every single day. I make sure I learn. I always make sure I sharpen my skills up. That's the only way I could be able to be the best advocate that I could be for myself and for the community. So I gotta educate myself. If I feel like I wanna be my own doctor, I gotta educate myself like a doctor. And that's what I would tell my younger self. You know, the young folk, they so in tune with the glitter and the glam that be on social media and the internet, man. They start to get lost in themselves, trying to follow what they see and trying to calculate everybody else's moves. But man, like Nip said, man, life is a marathon, man. Run your race, stay in your lane, and educate yourself and stay strong, young black man.
Is there anyone that you'd want to work with in the music industry or locally?
Yeah, there's producers that I want to work with, especially on the West Coast, man. I want to work with DJ Fresh, DJ Quick, legendary DJ Quick, the Mechanics. I like them slaps, and the West Coast just got that vibe. So, yeah, the West Coast producers, man. As far as artists, tap in with me. You know what I'm saying? If you love what I got going on, if you feel like you want to work with me, let's tap in and make it happen. I'm loving to work with anybody. Sure. But it gotta be on the, you know what I'm saying? It gotta be something, you know what I'm saying? Like, sure. We can make music, but every time you hit the studio, ain't no diamond gonna come out of every time, you know? So you just gotta know that. Let's work and create, and if the vibe is right, we can make real music.
Most definitely. Yeah. So anyone could just get a hold of you?
Well, anybody can get a hold of me, man. Tap in with me, IG, my whole website, everything there, artheprophet.com. Yeah, if you want to tap in with me, artheprophet.com. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You got everything on there. The music.
Everything. My music, my herbs, my whole shop, man. Everything. Hey. Shop with me, my catering on there. My whole sickle cell advocacy is on there. Yeah, man. Tap in with me.
What can we expect to see more from you, or what do you have planned coming up that we can see is in the works of, as far as music or the catering side of things?
Absolutely.
The podcast, the advocacy. What's? Hey
man, I'm trying to.
It looks like things in motion, man.
Everything's in motion, man. We putting the meals on wheels. You know what I'm talking about? We putting the flavors in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And that's what we're working towards. And we also, as far as the music aspect, high power on the way, baby. Less than a month, less than 2 months. It's there. It's all the way there. So
summer hits.
Absolutely, summer hits is there. Oh, and I'm working on one with my dog, with you. You know what I'm saying? The hard working Stoley Productions, baby. We got one in the works.
We got one in the cut.
Yeah, sun rays on the way, man. Sometimes just let your mind ease your mind a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm excited. The podcast finishing up on season 2 this season.
Okay.
Look out for that. The Soldier Strong Way on YouTube. Yeah, man. If you want to check it out on your workout, and if you out and about, check me out. Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Desert, whatever you want, man. I'm there. Everywhere but nowhere. Amazon Music. Hey, they are the prophet. The Soldier Strong Way.
We outside and it's.
Hey, we in the garden, man. Thundering, but only the trip.
Hey.
We where we need to be.
Is there anything else you'd want to share with the people, or that I didn't ask you that you wish I did?
Man, just tap in, you know, stay on the lookout. I'm always creating. This ain't gonna never stop. This is just the beginning of a lifetime of creativity. Shout out to you, Stoli, and everything that you got going on. $1 Million Man, you feel me?
Blessed.
Every
Appreciate
time.
you.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, just look out for me. We out here.
Hey, thanks for
YBT.
sliding through, dog.
You already know. Thank you for having me.